Hey guys, it's Spacer Sims, and we are back with more Battlefield Waltz, continuing Wilhelm's route. So, in the last part, we we saw several dreams that were memories of our past life, most likely. And now we know that we were a princess who was pretending to just be some local dude and not a girl, and also not a princess, and Wilhelm did not take that very well. Again, the time period he, originally came from, women probably weren't on the battlefield, and also not princesses. I wonder if he thought we were, like, a prince, though. Actually, no, okay, wait. So, and somebody might have pointed this out, but again, you haven't seen the last part or this one. So, I was originally thinking that first one was like, oh, okay, because he was like calling us royalty, or this is why I don't like royalty or whatever. And then this last one was like, oh my God, what do you mean you're a princess, whatever? And I was like, oh, okay, so that probably came first. But no, actually it would make sense if we were pretending to be a prince, like she's like in drag, pretended to be a dude, and that first stream could have very well been him being like, because that would make more sense actually, because he's like, yeah, whatever, that's why I don't like royalty, whatever, this prince here, whatever. And then she's like, oh my God, I've been lying to you, and that's why we woke up crying. And then we see him reacting to her going, I've been lying to you. And he's like, what? Because the whole first stream was like, I would never betray you. But I've been kind of lying to you. I'm actually a girl. So that would actually make sense. It was just because he's like, what, you're a princess? And it wasn't like... The last dream we saw didn't, like, indicate that, like, wait, you're not a prince, you're actually a princess? You know what I mean? It was more like he was shocked that we were royalty. But it would make sense if he knew we were royalty before, thought we were just a prince, and then found out we've actually, and was like, I just thought you were a little girly, and now you actually are a girl. It's like, okay, thanks, Wilhelm. But, And maybe he also, who knows, maybe he didn't like the idea of royalty being on the field, but he obviously trusted us enough, like, to be like, okay, this guy, air quotes around that, can fight alright, sure, whatever, it's not as good as me. And then we're like, by the way, I'm actually a girl. And he's like, oh, whoa. Now I gotta protect you. And it's like, sweetie, you've seen her fight, you know what I mean? But we can't really blame him for his old worldy views, because in the time period, princesses probably did not go into battle. So, fair enough. He doesn't seem to be acting like that now. I mean, aside from being like, surprised your delicate little noodle arms could carry the sword. Yeah, well, you and me both, bitch, but Jesus. Like, I feel like that's like a really, really, really dumbass way of flirting. It's like, are you trying to flirt with me? Because you're doing it badly. Like, the awkward nerd kind of flirting, but like, awkward nerd flirting, because she was like, that's adorable. And this is like, that's a little, no, don't, sweetie, stop. But he doesn't know how to flirt? I don't know. Anyway. I was in the worst mood. I looked in the hand mirror. My eyes were as red as the last time from crying. But I don't remember anything. I still didn't know what the dream was. But unlike last time, there remained a deep sense of sadness. Yeah, because you were close with Wilhelm. Maybe you had a crush on him. Or you were at least friends and comrades in arms, and then he's, like, angry at you. So, yeah, it makes sense. I sighed. What's going on? I shook my head lightly, but of course, it didn't help me remember. Fortunately, Yuriana was still asleep. Oh, well, there you go. Pretend I yawned. Ugh. I sighed again. She's sighing, but I'm yawning. I limply got out of bed to wash my face and cool down my swollen eyes. I cried so much, but I don't remember a thing. Feels like I cried for nothing. Are you okay? I don't know if you heard that, but he's over here preening himself, and then he like, freaked out like somebody pinched him, and it's like, that was you. I did not touch you. I did not get anywhere near you. You got mad at yourself. But, like, he freaked out, like, like if you're, like, trying to preen his pin feathers and you accidentally pull a feather too hard or something, he'll, like, like, it hurt. But it's like, but you were preening yourself. Like, you just hurt yourself, but you acted scared. You did. That was you. You did that to yourself. Nobody else did it. Was it a ghost? Is a ghost poking you? Are they poking at you while you're preening yourself? Okay, all right, you could go back to your business. I was glad that Yuriana hadn't noticed I'd been crying. I didn't want to worry her again. Sorry, I'm just suddenly so fucking tired. I really wonder what that dream was. Considering how much I cry every time, it must have been a sad dream. So maybe I don't want to know. But if this keeps happening, I'll start to dread waking up in the morning. I need my sleep. What should I do? You won't dread waking up in the morning. You'll dread going to sleep. Yo, what should I do? Shove your face in those tits. Oh, good morning, Wilhelm. We hadn't met within the halls of Nirvana for a while. I wondered if he was taking classes today. Hey, you feeling down today? Huh? No, I'm not. I just didn't sleep well last night. You alright? Do I look so pale? Don't worry, I'm fine. Okay, if you say so. Like, oh, the poor man's actually, like, giving a fuck. And trying. He's like, are you okay? And you're like, I'm fine. Just be like, I'm not. I keep having this horrible dream, and I can't even remember what it is, but it makes me sad. You know? I am sorry. I don't mean to keep yawning at you, but like, god damn, I can't stop. What the fuck? It doesn't help that when I yawn, my eyes water. So then I'm trying to first of all, like, even the distance that I'm sitting from my TV, this is not sharp and clear to begin with. Okay, it's not like crystal clear sharp. My vision is not that great. You know what I mean? But like, and then I'm trying to now read what was already slightly blurry in blurry tears. Like, God. Yet I can read it better than when I'm sitting here perfectly fine and there's no excuse and I'm just like, I just can't read. Huh. What's that sound? I don't know. I've never heard it before. Is it the war bell? Because I didn't hear a thing. I looked around and noticed everyone walking quickly back to the dorms. Oh, everyone's heading back to the dorm. You should go back too, Wilhelm. What even is this bell? Okay, all I can hear is the music. I can't hear the bell at all. Hey, you two over there. Instructor, what's this bell for? You're going on a mission. A mission? That's got nothing to do with me. I'll head into town. Yes, it does, Wilhelm. This is a signal that war's broken out in Ortesia. What? You'd think Wilhelm would be excited, and he looks perplexed. Since this is your first time hearing about it, I shall give you an explanation. Please don't. Oh, God, Leonidas, I can't do your voice. You'll return to your rooms, prepare for battle, and head to Digroth with the other students. Oh, it's Digroth again. We're like, oh, it's Digroth. It's nothing. It happens all the time. It's wait. Oh, it's Tuesday. Digroth. Oh, I've heard of it. Where is that exactly? It's right next to Movaria. So we're going to war with Digroth? That would never happen. Huh? Wilhelm, Movaria and Digroth have an alliance. The rulers trust each other. King Ildis of Digroth is a great man, too. And Digroth is full of aggressive people. There's no shortage of skirmishes there, so we're not really going to war. We're just going to slap some people on the face with rolled up newspapers and be like, no, bad, stop it. And they'll be like, okay. To be fair, it's probably Romula starting shit to stir us up, so. Your mission is to suppress a civil war. A civil war? That isn't much. Do you even need me there? Wilhelm. I've been observing your attitude. Oh, that's Leonidas. I've been observing your attitude since you arrived here. And I have to say you're far more boring and cowardly than I had expected. Leonidas knows how to goad people. God, he knows how to needle everybody. It's amazing. What? For all your talk, you dismiss a war as something too small to matter. Size says nothing of its importance. Leonidas over here, it's not the size of the boat, it's the motion of the ocean. Leonidas literally just said size doesn't matter. This is funny as hell. Yeah, it just tells you he knows what he's doing. Have fun with that, Leonidas lovers. If you really think so, then stay here. You'll only get in the way to the students who take their roles seriously. We're gathering in the courtyard in 2 hours. Oh, Wilhelm, Wilhelm! I called his name, but he didn't turn back. I wanted to chase after him, but I had to confirm something with Instructor Leonidas first. Instructor, please wait. What do you need? Well, about this war. I glanced at my right hand. As you and the other instructors know, I can no longer use the cursed sword. I'll have to fight with a regular sword, but, I've been thinking about it for a while, but I couldn't ask if they needed me now that it had come to this. You're in the medics, right? Right. I spoke with Alias earlier. Your assignment will be changed. I know it may be unpleasant, but we'll be observing you. You're no longer connected with the cursed sword, but we must be certain of any lingering effects. Wow. So does that mean I'll be fighting along with Wilhelm? That's correct. You'll be temporarily assigned to the first company commanded by Abel. Ooh, Abel. Yes, sir. I thought it was he's like, you're in the medics, right? Yeah, okay, so then you can still fucking go. Just because you can't fight. Well, I mean, we can, just not as well as everybody else. If it's about Wilhelm, I'm concerned he'll be unwilling to follow Abel's orders. Oh, and one more thing. What is it? The instructor made a solemn expression. He never hesitated, but he was now... But he what? Oh, he never hesitated, but he was now. It made me worry. No, never mind. Probably worrying over nothing. Anyway, follow Abel's orders. Yes, sir. You're dismissed. Thank you. You're like, what? He's like, never mind. 2 hours later, we gathered our equipment and headed to the courtyard, where many students were already assembled. Everyone looked so different with their armor on. We usually wore uniforms for training and field patrol. This was my first time wearing my armor, so I felt nervous. Yuriana said I looked good in it, but when I trained with Dad in the village, I only wore a simple gauntlet. I wondered if I could move well in something so elaborate. It may have been inappropriate to think about, but I was concerned I might look weird in it. And then there's our little hottie. He does have a broad chest and a tiny little motherfucking waist. He's got a waifish little waist. And, gigantic man tits. Hey, Wilhelm! He stood up wearing the same armor as when he first appeared. I remember the instructor's words and felt relieved. You look good in armor. Hey! You know what? When he gives me this haughty, flirty whore face, I'm into it. He gets this look yeah, I just told you were good looking in armor. Gonna hop on my dick now? I mean, seriously, that's basically what that face is. You know what I mean? Lustin's I'm flirting with you and you're gonna fall in love with me. And he is basically yeah, I bought you a smoothie. So, after you suck on that, you know what I mean? There's just something about this fucking face. This is douche who thinks he's gonna get it face. But, is he wrong? No. In reality, I would hate this bastard. With that cocky fucking face like this. But, it's kind of fucking funny in this game. There's just something about his expressions. I don't know. Much better in that than your usual outfit. Well, I mean, sir. Well, yeah, I guess you would think that, Because, you like war, so. Really? You look like any other girl in your uniform. But in that, you look like a brave knight. Now that's kind of sweet. Was that supposed to be a compliment? Yeah. Yeah, in that, you look like a brave knight. And he's turned on by that. 'Cause I'm saying, thanks. I'm flattered. Feels better wearing this, too. You look good in your uniform, too. You look good in the armor. I feel it's just straight up you look good in the armor. But, I mean, are they both wrong? No, they're both right. You look good in the armor, but you do look good in your uniform, especially with your tits out. I'm just saying, I'm going to look disrespectfully if you're going to show so much cleavage. Just saying. But I'm sure it's you look good in the armor. Oh, you look good in your uniform, too. Like, that's weird. I mean, okay. No, but I mean, it's not wrong, but it's funny because he's like, you look good in armor. Like, yeah, I mean, you look like everybody else in your uniform, but like in armor, you look like a knight. And we're like, you look good in your uniform too. As if he just complimented our uniform, to be fair. But, well, I mean, he does look good in his uniform too. I'm hoping what we're implying here, what I was originally thinking is like, you look good in the armor and your uniform. You know? You look good in your uniform too. You sure about that? Yeah, it suits you. Well, I feel better in this armor. Oh, okay. All right, I get why we were saying it that way. Okay, listen. I was just distracted thinking of his uniform and his cleavage, okay? Listen. I'm a simple bitch. Okay? Victorian man and ankles! It's not... Oh, I thought you weren't coming. I had nothing else to do. Alias wants to see you. Go to him now. Yeah. Instructor Alias and Abel were up ahead, likely discussing the command. I'm a bit worried, but it should be fine. He actually came after all. Because, again, Leonidas knows how to goad people. Like, God, Posh, you're such a loser. You're never going to be anything. And then Posh is like, I'll show you. And then does shit. And it's like, I always knew you had it in you, kid. And he's doing the same thing with Wilhelm. Well, if you're going to be a cowardly little bitch. And then he leaves and he's like, I'll show you who's a coward. I'm going to fight too. And he's like, I knew it. You know what I mean? He knows exactly how to goad you into doing, like, the things that are good for you, you know? I mean, not that going to war is good for you, but Wilhelm being like, yeah, whatever, is, like, not a good attitude. So he's like, I'm going to get you to, like, show up. We boarded the carriage, far larger than the one we took to Azul and Digroth. We set off to my first foray into combat. I swear to God, every time. We boarded a carriage far... I'm like, deja vu. Every fucking one. We've said this. Every time we go to war, we say this. Yurian and Wilhelm were in different carriages, and I didn't know anyone here. Some students were polishing their weapons, napping or talking to each other. Same thing. None of them looked tense at all, and it didn't feel like we were headed to war. Again, same thing. I wonder who's with Wilhelm. My friend said he's adjusting to everything, but I'm sure that some students are still afraid of him. I hope they don't get into arguments. Then I realized I'd been thinking about that subconsciously. Oh, I'm doing it again. I'm not Wilhelm's mother or guardian. He first appeared as a child, so I've been nosy about his business. But now we're going into battle, and I'm sure Wilhelm will prove himself. Well, the thing is like, yes, okay, he appeared as a child, so I'm nosy. Well, yes and no. That's part of it, but also now knowing that you have a connection with him in a past life, you're nosy about his business because you just know that he's a troublemaker, and you've been doing this your whole life. You're even in your past life, to be fair. You can do it, Wilhelm. The moment we got out of the carriage, we heard screams and the clamor of conflict. It's just like when my village... No matter where it was, the sounds of war were always the same. The weight of it all pressed heavily on my heart as I listened. Great to see you, Alias! Long time no see, King Ildis. This is like, hey, what's up, guys? Guys, there's a war going on, maybe. Save the bromance for later. Sorry to summon you so suddenly. There are 2 other skirmishes happening right now. So I sent our army to them. Besides, I was eager to see him. Ah, yes. Allow me to introduce you to Wilhelm. What? This is King Ildis of Digroth. Be sure to be respectful. Hi. Wilhelm's like, hi. Ah, so you're Wilhelm, the cursed sword. Glad to meet you. King Ildis reached out his arm for a handshake, which made me nervous. Nice to meet you, too. Though awkward and irritated, Wilhelm actually returned the gesture. I breathed a sigh of relief. The thing is, even though Wilhelm's stuffy and about certain shit and very old-fashioned about some shit, you think greeting someone isn't changed, and being respectful of kings hasn't changed. And yet, he's kind of always been a tool with that. What are you doing? What are you doing? I know, my guide, it went black. Are you ooh, look at that bird. Look at that bird. I know that's you, stupid. You're not very bright when it comes to seeing birds in the mirror. You're like, that fucker in that mirror. That stupid asshole. That's you. You're the stupid asshole. Oh. What? You are. You're the dumbass in the mirror. Now I got bird dandruff all over me. Thanks a lot. Thank goodness. You might not remember, but a king of Digroth was one of your previous masters. Maybe. I guess. And that's the thing. It's now you're making poor Wilhelm feel like he's like, hey, someone that I knew used to own you. Okay, maybe. Ildis, come the fuck on, man. We don't talk to people like that. Wilhelm, I'm sure Alias told you we're here to stop a civil war. Ending the war may not sate your thirst for battle, but it should make for a decent warm-up. I have expectations for your skills. Oh, I've high expectations. Wow. Yeah, you can count on me. Great answer! I hope you'll take care of the others, too. King Ildis laughed loudly as he walked away. And he is way too jovial for the fact that, half his the people in his village over here are dead. We should get started soon. I'll leave the rest to you, Abel. Yes, sir. Oh, there's our precious little babe. It's been too long seeing you. I love you. Abel took a step forward, and the murmuring ceased. We'll now commence the mission. As you all know, our mission is to suppress the civil war. We have enough forces to achieve our objective. As you can see, this is a normal village. Some villagers haven't evacuated yet. Their rescue is also part of this mission. You must never attack those who have surrendered or are injured. Keep the amount of bloodshed as low as possible and focus on saving lives. This is our top priority. Everyone nodded in silence. Now, let's go. First and second companies, move ahead. Third company, take the path on the right. Fourth company, go left. The rest take supporting roles and stay in formation. As we all started running, Abel walked quickly over to Wilhelm and me. As we all started running, but we're not running. Wilhelm, do you remember the plan? I'm not stupid. Of course I do. Just follow your orders, right? Wilhelm's got to be this cocky bastard. It's yeah, but he's also going to be a king, so... Exactly. Neither the instructors nor I doubt your abilities. But this is your first battle in this era. Remember to be cautious. How many times are you going to say that? I get it. I'm counting on you. Okay, now you two kiss. Oh, and you too. I'm aware of your current situation. Don't push yourself too hard, alright? Yes, I'll do my best not to hold anyone back. And just don't get yourself killed trying too hard. Now let's move out. How sweet. Don't get yourself killed! Okay! Aw, he cares about us. It's so romantic. Alright, let's go. We caught up with Lustin, who was leading the first company, and began to engage the Revolutionary Army. At Nirvana, we were strictly taught to do our best not to take lives. We were only allowed to attack vital points when our own lives were at risk. You woman! We didn't get to see Yuriana in her sexy armor. So that Wilhelm could be like, the fuck kind of armor is that? Ah! I quickly avoided a soldier strike. See, we gotta be able to... I mean, the fact is that, okay, yes, I'm sure boyfriends are gonna come in and save us. Wilhelm is the cursord. He's gonna come save us and everything. But it's still gonna be at least we can kind of hold our own, and he's gonna be like, yeah, no, that guy snuck up behind you, and, I saved you, but, you held your own up there, and that's hot. Or he's gonna see our movements or something and be like, that reminds me of that chick, that princess, you know? I had a heavy heart when I had a heavy heart when we arrived here, but now that I held a sword, I was calm. Perhaps it was also because I had people I knew around me, like Wilhelm, Abel, and Uriana. The cursed sword was no longer with me, but I trained hard every day at Nirvana. Even if I wasn't as good as the others now, I wanted to catch up as soon as possible. That's why I wielded my sword. Here I come! Maybe don't say that. I mean, I was thinking before, like, you know, that guy could have stabbed us if he wasn't like, hey, woman! Huh? Like, don't give me a warning that you're about to stab me. Just stab me. Like, what the fuck? I mean, thanks for the warning, because it stopped you from stabbing me, but, like, also, it stopped you from stabbing me, and it's not, you know. But here we go. Here I come! And he's like, okay, thanks for that. Go! I swung my sword at his right arm and hit my mark. Well, I mean, he was not prepared. He did not believe me. Damn you! Why are you even carrying a sword, girl? So I can take your fucking head, you prick! Ah! Another enemy soldier aimed at me from the side, and I deflected it instinctively. I was consumed by the atmosphere of the war instantly. It's all right. This isn't so scary. I took a deep breath and gripped my sword again. The fierce weapon strikes and screams reminded me of the village attack. Hi, what you doing? You peeping? Yeah, you reading? There's no Birdie's lines for you to read. Did you want to read? You okay, but like you got to read when the words are up, not when I'm talking. But it was so reassuring to know that I wasn't alone here now. He's just in here. He's making little peeps. Speaking of which, where's Wilhelm? Are you peeping in your sleep, but your eyes are open? Don't sleep with your eyes open. It's weird. Oh, there he is. Look at him. Being all sexy in his suit and everything. Ah! There you go. Ow, that hurt. Ah! Out of the way. I'll crush you. Ah! And she's like, and then I forgot everything. Wow. Wilhelm was fighting up ahead. He was skillfully beating down all the soldiers coming at him. There was no hesitation in his sword swings, and he looked very satisfied. Thank goodness he's doing all right. He's lopping off heads left and right. We were told not to kill people. No, he's probably not. Maybe he's actually following orders and not killing people, because you think she'd be like, wait. She's more like, God, he's gloriously hot. Which, I mean, to be fair, doesn't mean he's not killing people. She's just distracted. Instructor Leonidas seemed worried, but he looks fine to me so far. I wanted to keep watching, but it wouldn't be wise to split my attention. I repositioned the grip on my sword and resumed fighting. I'm gonna do my best, too. So then he's not gonna be like, no, I saw you fight and it was sexy. You know, because he's not paying attention. But, like, I'm over here, like, fighting, and I want you to, like, see me fight. Like, come on. Come on, pay attention to me! And then I get run through by a sword because I'm throwing a temper tantrum because my boyfriend's not watching me. No, but seriously. But not long after, I felt something odd and lowered my sword. There were no more opponents, so I'd hoped we'd managed to suppress the war already, until I heard a piercing shout. Hey, Wilhelm! That's enough! Shut up! That yell made my whole body tense up. There were no more enemies around me. I wasn't mistaken. However, is he fighting all of us? He's still roaring! I'll take you all down! Wilhelm? Oh, well, it did say something like out of control, right? So that was the title of the chapter. Ah! Wilhelm's expression and movements were completely different from earlier. Bloodlust. Yeah, look at his face now. He's like bloodlusty. He was in a frenzy, as if possessed, and attacked without hesitation. Ah! Ah! The heavy strike tore through the enemy's chest. I'm free. I'm finally free. I'll kill anyone who stands in my way. There will be no mercy. Wilhelm, stop! You're going way too far! Shut up! What? that Revolutionary Army 4 guy has died multiple times now. I'm free. I'm the strongest. No one in this world can defeat me. Ah! Okay, now we moved on to Guy 5. No, please stop. Everyone was standing still, watching Wilhelm. They observed him as if he was some kind of monster. I'll kill you all. Get out of my face. You're all dead. You betrayed me. You won't get out of this alive. Okay, so he's losing his marbles. It's not just the cursed sword taking control, but there's something else. You know what I mean? Go away. Get out. The hell out of my sight. Wilhelm. Oh, okay, can we get a CG of Abel fighting with Wilhelm? Because that would be so ridiculously hot. Damn it. Stop getting in my way. Abel tried to stop him with his sword, but Wilhelm shoved him away. He then found his next target. Me? Up ahead was a child soldier with fear on his face. Okay, Wilhelm, that's a bit much. You're next. Wilhelm, stop! It was so close. His sword grazed the boy's hair, but he heard me and he stopped. Oh. What? Why did you interrupt? Please don't do this! The battlefield was unbelievably quiet. Everyone was backing away from Wilhelm without saying a word. Not just enemy soldiers, but Nirvana students too. I mean, to be fair, I know they're going to be like, oh, well, he's out of control, blah, 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 whatever. But it's like, they were worried about the same thing with me being the possessor of the cursed sword, right? Of like, you know, like, oh, we got to watch her and like make sure it doesn't consume you or anything like that. And we got to keep an eye on it and everything like that. So like, you'd think they'd be doing the same thing with Wilhelm. Instead of like, well, he went a little berserk, so we're just going to have to put him down. You know, like a lame racehorse. Oh, we're just going to have to take him out back, shoot him, and send him to the glue factory. Like, you know, what the fuck? Because I have a feeling they're going to do that with him instead of being like... I mean, the worst thing for him would be them being like, nope, you're not allowed to fight anymore because holy shit, you can't keep it in check. And then he's going to feel all like shit about it, but valid. But like if it were us and we had gone out of control, they would have been like, okay, well, we got to figure this out. And they're going to be a little more dainty about it because I'm a girl. But because it's Wilhelm, he's, you know what I mean? But like the cursed sword's going to possess you either way, you know? And also, Wilhelm was trapped in it, so he's a little more prone to going cuckoo bananas than we were. So, I feel like they should be like, yeah, we were afraid of this, but okay. They should just tell him he's not allowed to fight, you know? And then there's going to be the war with Romy, what's going to break out, and they're going to be like, oh, God, all right. And then we're going to unleash Wilhelm and whatever. Anyway, everyone was backing away from Wilhelm without saying a word. Not just enemy soldiers, but Nirvana students too, I mean. Oh. Well, look at your stance. Look at your new stance pose. We haven't seen that one. Wilhelm, did you... No. It's been a while since I last went to war, so I got carried. Are you sure about that? It didn't appear that way to me. And he was like, did you just lose control? Like, he's like, no, I got a little carried away. The sword didn't possess me. Did you think you'd be like, yeah, oops. To me, you look like you had completely lost control of yourself. Which, he did. But it's funny that Wilhelm's trying to deny that instead of being like, yeah. So what? You got a problem with that? Like, yes? No. But the instructors warned you that you should never defy orders before we left Nirvana, didn't they? Shut up! You really should do something with that attitude, or you'll get more than a warning. Okay, I need you two to, like, fight a little and then kiss. This is enemies to lovers right here, and I'm more invested in this relationship than I am mine with Wilhelm. Like, I need you two to make out a little. What? What? If you weren't already thinking about it, you are now, and it's not a bad idea. Come on. What? You gonna kick me out? Like you can do that. Wilhelm! You cowards. You weak, lazy cowards. You all irritate me. The battlefield doesn't need mercy. This isn't some training. The weak die. That's how it goes. I'm wondering if we died in battle and, like, he is mad about it. Like, this whole the weak die. I mean, first of all, they probably brandished that into you as a child when they took you to be a child soldier, mercenary and all that shit, and they were like, the weak die! And they... whatever. But I'm also wondering if you're a little resentful because this person that you were friends with that you were crushing on when you thought they were a dude. I'm just saying, come on. There was a little bisexuality going on there. And then you found out was a princess. She probably ended up dead. I mean, because, and then I got reborn. And you're mad about that. And you're like, it's because she was weak. Instead of, like, I couldn't do anything to help her, it's like, well, she was weak. Because it's easier to blame that person than think that you weren't there, you couldn't help them, even though there's nothing you probably could have done. But, you know, or maybe he has absolutely to blame. And instead of accepting it, it's blame her instead for being weak, you know? I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not apologizing for anything. Oh. I tried to go after him, but I was as if, okay, no, but it was as if I were frozen in place. I didn't want people to see Wilhelm as a monster, but I didn't know what I could say to him right now. I saw this coming. Instructor, none of this is your fault. To be honest, we were worried he might end up doing something like this. Oh. I'm concerned he'll be unwilling to follow Abel's orders. Oh, and one more thing. So this is what he was worried about. Not only him, but all of the instructors were afraid of Wilhelm going out of control. I mean, again, to be fair, they were always worried about it with us, too. And we did lose control at some point. Was that in a bad end? Oh, we're already in chapter 4? Oh, it's Summer Luna, so we can have a romantic time. Okay, damn. Chapter 4, this is it. Well, okay, then we have the final chapter, so, you know. What? Isn't that really bad? It was terrible. I thought I was going to be killed next. But he didn't rampage when he was possessing that girl, did he? Maybe he goes crazy when he's in his original form. Either way, that guy's so dangerous. They're already spreading rumors. Not all the students were on the battlefield. The curiosity was probably why the rumors were spreading so fast. I think Wilhelm can hear them, too. I glanced over at Wilhelm, who looked bored as he ate at the next table. He ignored my greeting when he entered earlier and hadn't said a thing since. But I can't just go up to him and say not to let it bother him. There was something else that bothered me. You could just go up and sit down. He's like, what are you doing? You're like, I'm eating my fucking breakfast. Whatever. And, like, just sitting there near him is, you know what I mean? Because he didn't even come and sit at the same table with you guys. You know? But you should be like, we're going over there. And you just sit at his table and you're like, well, we're fucking friends whether you like it or not, bitch. And you don't say anything. You don't try to comfort him. You just sit there. Sometimes that's enough. You betrayed me. You won't get out of this alive. I heard Wilhelm yell that. It was impossible for them to have betrayed him since he had never met them before. I gasped and almost screamed. Are his memories getting mixed up? I had a dream of Wilhelm's past, but I couldn't say I knew everything about him. But how do I confirm it? Sorry. Richard shows up with this fucking Sprite, and it's so cunty. Look at him. He's like, yeah, well, my father will hear about this, Potter. Like, what the fuck? What? I mean, every time this Sprite shows up, it's so funny. But, like, especially, it's funnier at times like this, like, where there is no reason for him to have this fucking aggressive stance right now. There is no reason for his sprite. Like, usually has the haughty little face, they're like, oh, whatever. Oh my god. That would have fit with this phrase, and instead they're like, super aggression. The fuck? It just looks so wrong. It's also kind of funnier because you're reading like Wilhelm being like, you betrayed me! And you're feeling this angry angst, and then here's fucking Dick with this fucking sprite. Oh my god, you're like, wait a minute. You're not the one who's mad. What the hell? Aw, so many troublemakers. He's so aggressive. Like, I'm surprised he didn't show up like this with that haughty douche face. First, we had a woman who can't even fight with the cursed sword. Now we have a murderer who ignores orders. Richard, can you not? The perpetual medic, Nikke, is also useless, but not as useless as those two. I gotta be honest, okay. Who does not love Richard? Like, I love him. And I mean that in the, God, I want to punt him into the sun, it's great. He is a great character because you hate him so much. He's so hateable, and it's so good. I love to hate him. He's not like, like there's always like the trash character where you're like, God, they're sexy and hot. No, Richard is like, you are the perfect trash character because I hate you so much. Like, you just come in at the worst times. I just want to punch you into the motherfucking sun. You're such a dick. Literally. That's why they named you Richard. I don't think that was a coincidence. They were like, because he's kind of a dick. Let's name him Richard. Great. You know what I mean? Like, come on. You don't think that the person who named him Richard was like, did not know that we were going to be playing this being like, what a dick. And they were like, they did it on purpose. Come on. This is not an accident. But like, you gotta love the douche characters like this that are so detestable that like, I find him amusing. Like, I'm like, God, he sucks. But I have fun with it. But then there are the characters that are so evil or vile, you're like, I just want to jump in the book and I want to punch them in the face because they suck so much. They make you angry because they suck so much. And they're supposed to make you angry. That's good. Those characters are good. Those evil characters are so good when they make you, like, hate them. Feel the way you're, like, if you were the main character. But, like, this, like, Richard shows up and it's like, you were like, God, can we kick his face into the fucking sun? Can we just punt him into the sun? Which I love so much. Which makes me just like, I love it. I love to hate him. It's so much fun. Great time. Good guy. Good guy. No. Good character. Great. He might be my favorite antagonist. Because he's such a side antagonist, but he's so... God. It's just so entertaining. Look, there's just some antagonists. You're like, this guy is like, yeah, okay, he's evil. He sucks. But like at the end of the day, you forget about them. But then Richard is one of those ones you're like, no. He's always you're just going to see his goddamn little bitch face, but he has fabulous hair, and you're just going to want to kick him. Just going to want to fucking kick him. He's just that good. Anyway. I love it. I kind of want to watch Wilhelm beat the fuck out of him. Shove his face into mashed potatoes. I don't know. I couldn't think of a good way to stop Richard right away. Kicking him in the face works. I understood his personality now. The more I tried to deal with him, the meaner things he'd say. And Wilhelm will just ignore him. No, I want Wilhelm to strangle him. I want to watch this. Hoping, I glanced at Wilhelm. Oh, but the cursed sword became human. So you're the most useless of all. Says Richard, who can't even... I mean, can you even... I was going to throw some shade and be like, can you even beat Posh in a battle? That's so mean! Posh is just having a rough time and not giving any fucks, so he's not doing his best. But to be fair, he's not doing his best, so everybody's kicking his ass. So, like, he's like 5th in the class. But, like, Richard, I don't even think you can beat Posh, and he's just giving no fucks and could still kick your ass. So, like, that's sad is all I'm saying, you know what I mean? Richard could kick my ass, but like, whatever. So can like a majority of the school. It's not really anything to brag about, dickhead. Richard jeered at me, and also the fact that Richard is jeering at Wilhelm when Wilhelm could literally flick you in the forehead and it will crush your skull, so. You're no longer the master of the curse sword, right? Then why are you even here? Yet you still get into the first company due to favoritism. Man, women always get these benefits. Oh, you're that guy. Did you get Alias on your side? I see you talk to him pretty often. Are you implying that I'm sleeping with a teacher? Because the only one I'm going to sleep with is Mephisto, and that's really not going to get me anywhere. Well, not true, because he is a demon, so I'll get a lot of benefits out of that. But, like, and also, I'm sorry if I were going to sleep my way to the top, I'd be boning King Sarah's. Oh, wait, I am in my fantasy world. Yeah, so, like, hi, I jumped right over the professors and went straight to a king, motherfucker, just because you're jealous. What? Just don't hate me because you hate me, dick. Please, Richard, that's nonsense. The instructor's just worried about me. Because you're a special student. He is implying that we're blowing Alias. He is implying that we are sleeping with a teacher. And it would have been so much better if we had a route where we were boning one of the teachers. I'm just saying. I no longer had anything but disgust for him. Felt foolish to even deal with him. Richard, I always thought you were an idiot, but not to this extent. I'm ashamed to think that someone so vulgar could be a noble. Says the layabout pile of human garbage, always sneaking off in the night. Well, now we know why he does. Rumors say the royal family of Vihazard will end with this generation. Okay, Richard, the Vihazard's gonna die off, really? But if you think that Lustin's a whore out there fooling around, he's probably got like 18 kids. Just saying. It's gonna die off with, I mean, we know that's not what he's doing, but everybody thinks that's what he's doing, so it's kind of weird when you're like, oh, you're just a man whore out there screwing around, but your family line's gonna die off. Don't you think that that's kind of like, if he's a man whore out there screwing around, you gotta think he's got a few kids. So, like, doesn't matter if they're bastard kids, but his family line ain't gonna die off. You know what I mean? Like, we know, Lustin's out there saving the world, so not out there knocking people up. And his brother is possessed by a Deimos, so whatever, but. And then rumors say your family line's gonna die off. Richard, what the fuck kind of jeering is that? What? Sir, get out of here and come back with better shit. Richard! That's enough. Richard and Lustin, both of you calm down. I am calm, Asaka. I'm simply saying that unfair treatment is never right. I love when he poses like this. Richard laughed mockingly at me again. You're such an eyesore. It's irritating to see a worthless piece of crap like you smirking on your high horse. Are you talking to me? Calling me an eyesore? Again, I feel like Richard is just jealous because he thought he was the pretty blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl at the ball, and then a real bitch walked in. And I'm like, hello! Wait, do we have like pinkish colored hair? We're not exactly blonde, are we? Are we? I can't quite remember. Now I don't. For some reason, I don't remember what we look like. I know we got blue eyes. Oh, we got like pinkish colored hair. Never mind. But still, I kind of forgot. But still, he thought he was the prettiest blue-eyed girl at the party, okay? And no, he's not. And that's why he's like, you're an eyesore because all the boys like you and not me. You really are jealous because King Sarazar wants me and not you. I'm just saying, Richard is so fucking gay and is just so mad that the boys are in love with me and not him. That's gotta be it. There is no reason for this kind of animosity here. That's enough of that. You know what? Wilhelm, please kick his ass. This is gonna be hot. Yeah. No, shh, girl, shut up. Wilhelm grabbed Richard's collar and started choking him. Good. Spacey in the game, she's like, no, don't hurt him. And I'm like, kill him, choke it harder. Squeeze him harder. Go for the... Crush his windpipe. Okay. What do you know about her? Don't you dare talk shit about her. Look, see, he's defending me. I love it. This is so hot. Or else you'll be my next victim. Wilhelm, you're really gonna kill him. Please let go. Don't stop me. He's not getting away with this. Wilhelm, stop. You're so naive. That's why these pieces of shit get carried away. Hey, seriously, you have to stop. I get how you feel, but you're going too far. Shut up. Wilhelm raised his arm into a fist. Enough! I mean, Daddy caught you. You know, Ailey's would have come up and been like, guys, can we just hug it out? Leonidas is the only one that's going to be able to stop this shit. Wilhelm, let him go. If you won't, then I will use my authority to throw you into the cell for prisoners of war. Oh yeah? Try it. Wilhelm! Go to the courtyard right now! King Ildis has a few words for you before your punishment. I don't know, Leonidas being mad at us? I need this man to have a whip or something. And then there's King Ildis over here, just like, high on life. Sorry to drag out here so early. Good morning, King Ildis. Good morning. Wanted to have a nice chat, but I must head to another battle. What do you want? Wilhelm and I went to the courtyard and found King Ildis there, unbothered as ever. I know this man. I stayed at Kiara's castle last night, but it's really something. The way this country thrives on agriculture and fishing. All the food tasted splendid. If you've got something to say, then hurry up, old man. Wilhelm, are you enjoying life? Huh? I'm asking if you're enjoying life. King Ildis certainly does enjoy life. Why would I be? There's no big wars. Everyone here takes peace for granted. And what is it that you want to do? Will drenching your blade in blood and taking countless lives satisfy you? The people at Digroth love war more than anyone in Ortesia. Facing the enemy with a honed blade never fails to bring joy to our hearts. Our people cannot resist the urge to fight when hearing the horn bellow for war. But even so, there's a reason in our actions. Taking up weapons to conquer new lands means more resources for our people. We never fight simply to kill. So you wanted to give me lectures. Wilhelm, no historical document in Ortesia mentions the reason you were trapped inside the cursed sword. You likely lived in the warring period, and that was when it consumed you. However, that era is over. Wilhelm clenched his fist and was about to attack, but King Ildis maintained his sense of confidence and relaxed, broad smile. Maintained his sense of confidence and relaxed, broad smile. Okay, sorry. If you were to wield your sword for no greater purpose, you're nothing but a ruthless killer. Like, I mean, to be fair, I mean, he's not wrong. Like, Wilhelm, you came from an era where it was all war and bloodshed and just killing. Things have changed, and everyone's just trying to tell you things have changed. Like, I know it's hard to let go of, but you've got to. But also, it's probably harder for Wilhelm because, one, it's everything he knows, so it's hard to let it go. It's hard to change. Okay, everyone deals with this. But also, it's harder to change when you feel like everyone's judging you and being like, oh my god, get over it. Oh my god, change. Oh my god, you suck. Even though that's not what everyone's saying, but that's what it feels like. It feels like everyone's personally attacking him. But also, you've been trapped inside the sword, which has probably consumed people and made people thirsty for blood and everything. Like, it's just been enhancing your natural bloodthirstiness that you kind of, like, grew into having your entire life. So it's a little bit harder to get rid of than just a normal person with a bad habit, you know? You shitty old man. Are you gonna hit me? Kill me? Will that satisfy you? Have you taken the form of a man and appeared in this era simply to do something as foolish as that? You bastard. If so, what an interesting life that is. An uninteresting life that is, well. Wilhelm, at this rate, we can't let you enter the next battle. What? I didn't make this decision alone. Kiora, Sarazar, and all the instructors of Nirvana are in agreement. Find your sense of justice in this world, Wilhelm. Justice? That just makes me sick. Wilhelm tried to walk away. Wait. What? You're gonna lecture me too? No, I won't. I just want you to meet me in the backyard tonight. I'll play the flute for you. Aw. He didn't respond. Wilhelm turned around, clearly still mad, and walked towards the academy gates. I'm gonna go talk to Ildis, and then I'm gonna not get punished because I'm gonna walk the fuck away and nobody can stop me. It's funny because, like, I would have thought he would have started to change a little bit by this point, but he is still... I mean, I understand the sword consuming him and everything and whatever, but it's like, he still hasn't changed being the bloodthirsty kind of a dick. I mean, I'm here for him almost killing Richard. Don't get me wrong. I'm here for that. But, like, he still has temper tantrums that I'm just like, yeah, not... I mean, I go back and forth, like, okay, seems like he's getting better. Like, all right, see, he's making progress. And then he's right back, and it's like, we just seem like we get 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. We just stay in the same spot with him. We're just walking around in circles. So, like, are you ever going to, like, fucking crack and, like, let it go? Or are you always going to be kind of an aggressive asshole? Because, like, aggressive asshole is just, yeah, I don't know. When he's finally letting things down and he's being a little bit cocky and, like, but kind of being sweet, you're like, all right, you're just kind of cocky. Okay, whatever. But then he goes back to being just an aggressive bastard and you're like, oh, dear God, we're not over this yet. Like, seriously? Stop swallowing the red pills, Jesus. Like, I don't know. I still remembered what Queen Kiora said to me when I first came here. She wanted me to find a place that felt like home. Those words still resonated in my heart and were now my lucky charm. But when I saw Wilhelm, I now realized the true meaning behind those words. It wasn't something that could be provided. He needed to find it on his own. Wilhelm, thanks for coming. What else was I supposed to do? Sorry. I'll play it now, so please listen. No, I'm good. Huh? I'm not in the mood. I'm only here because you asked me to come. How about just a little? Okay, if it's really just a little. It's so funny because he was the one that like, yeah, I want to hear you play it. And now he's like, I'm not in the mood. No, he's just being grumpy. Yeah. Oh, now we have a CG of us playing the flute. I was worried before I started playing, but once I began, the sounds felt so much clearer than before. It was truly a mystery. It was as if I had played this song 1,000 times. She did in her past life, we know, now. There was no hesitation, no time to think. My fingers played on their own. I'm sure this has something to do with Wilhelm's past. I hope he can remember it soon. I didn't know what the flute held, but I was able to proudly say that Nirvana was my new home. I didn't know what the future held. I'm like, what the flute held? Yeah, no, I read that wrong. What the future held, sorry. He might just be afraid of this new world. Wilhelm was still new to this world, so I wanted him to find a new home. As I played the flute, I wished for Wilhelm to believe we weren't his enemies, and to know we'd never betray him. Huh? I said stop it! Wilhelm was acting strange. He looked anxious and was in so much pain. What's wrong, Wilhelm? Nothing. Ugh. right. 2 seconds ago, he's kind of still just a grouchy asshole. Is he ever going to crack? And now they made him crack and they made him cry. You made him cry. You know I like it when they cry. Okay, well, all right. They did the right thing. They were like, he's going to be such a twatty asshole, and you're going to be like, God, why is he so... Oh, now he's crying. Okay, no, you did it. Okay, all right, you won me over at this point. Wilhelm? Damn it. What is this? What happened? Was my flute that... I don't know. Wilhelm shook his head violently. I don't know anything. I don't even know why. I'm crying right now. Huh? And everything irritates me. Yeah, we can tell. It's painful. What the hell is this? Wilhelm. It's all so empty. I don't know why. Why does it hurt so much? Wilhelm. The hell? Just like, okay, I don't... Is it my heat or my hot water heater or something? I just hear a thunking noise. It's weird. Could it be because of this flute? Maybe this flute reminded you of something sad, and that's why... Hey, play it for me one more time. Huh? But just play it. I held the flute once more and resumed playing. Upon hearing it, new tears streamed down Wilhelm's cheeks. Damn it. Why can't I remember anything? Wilhelm was trembling with anger. I mean, that could also be why he's flipping out and being a twat, is because he can't remember anything, and knowing that you've forgotten things, does make you a little, aggressive. I know I've forgotten something. I know there's something missing inside of me. It's me. It's your love for me. Why can't I remember it? Damn it. Just why? Why can't I remember it? I know we're over time, but the scene's really pretty, so. Oh, and now we flipped. I thought we were going to have a little bit more with that, with him crying, and figuring stuff out, but I guess not. So, I mean, we still got a little ways to go because we got to have the final chapter and everything like that. But I'm just surprised that they kind of went this long. And for what I don't want to say stretching his route out, but for what they're doing, most of his route has just been, he's been kind of aggressive. And then we have a moment with him and then he just gets aggressive and douchey. And then he gets aggressive and douchey. And it's like, is that all you're going to do? Because I feel like they just put... I feel like there's going to be a lot that comes out in his route and everything about his past, our past, all those things. And it's like you're waiting till the very end to shove it all in when you could have spread it out a little bit or made the last chat and kind of condense some of the stuff that doesn't matter as much. You know what I mean? I don't know. Or if you were going to be okay, we're going back and forth with okay, we have a moment. Nope, he's a dick. Now we have a moment. Nope, he's a dick. Whatever, then all of a sudden, I mean, I just feel like there's a lot that's going to come out. The whole title is Summer Luna, so we've got to go to the Summer Luna Festival. So that's going to be something. But then we still have to figure out all the pieces and everything. And you're trying to tell me there's not going to be a battle with Romula at the end at all? There always is? Especially Igor showing up, there's gonna be something happening with that. That's not just there for no fucking reason. So we still have that, and it's it just seems like there's a lot of shit that needs to come out, and you just kind of waited to the end to do it? I don't know. So is it gonna be it all comes out too much, or so I don't know. Oh. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.